Hey guys, Keith Allen back with another episode of the Black Knox Master Marketing Series. Today's topic, your eruption from the disruption. 5 things you should be doing right now. So regardless of whether you believe the scientific data, you follow conspiracy theories, or you think COVID-19 has something to do with a political agenda, one thing we can all agree on is that this pandemic has disrupted lives and economies around the world in unimaginable ways. The good news is that we're resilient. We're not strangers to overcoming adversity and hardship, and we will come out of this better, stronger, and more prepared than we were ever before. I know it may be a little cliche to say those things, but you can give those words real meaning when you're proactively doing something to ensure that your eruption from the disruption puts you on a trajectory for rapid recovery. Now, when the idea of stay-at-home and geographic lockdowns first presented itself, I riffed a few ideas on how businesses could address what was happening. And a considerable amount of time has passed. And now that we're much deeper into this and the impact is really being felt, I want to share with you some of the things that we're doing in our business and advising others to do. So here's a list of 5 things you should be doing for your business right now. Hopefully you've done some of these things, and if you haven't, the first thing you should do is assess. Assess your business model in your market and identify the pain points you may be experiencing as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, but also reflect on the areas of your business that needed attention before a global crisis presented itself. If you're a brick and mortar business, is your website up to date? And are you offering online ordering? Do you even have an e-commerce website? Some of the conveniences gained through stay-at-home and social distancing certainly include expanded options for online ordering, touchless transactions with online payments, and door-to-door or curbside delivery in some cases. So, crisis or no crisis, I strongly encourage you to be providing these same conveniences to your customers well after this is gone. Consider it part of the new normal. Number 2, pivot. Perhaps the only thing more important than identifying your pain points is identifying the pain points your customers and your local community may be experiencing. This is where you really need to start thinking outside the box and determine whether you can serve their needs in some capacity other than the way that you normally do. This exercise may take some creative thinking, and it may even pull you out of your comfort zone, but the benefits of serving others far outweighs the challenges, and you're going to find that in the long run, the time and money you may invest in serving others is going to come back to your business. Put it this way, if Ford can retool its factories to make respirators and ventilators and face shields, and apparel companies can now start making face masks, there's something that you can do. I'll give you a few examples of what I've seen in my local community and what I've read about. One that really struck me was a restaurant that converted into a corner grocery store. Now, sure, they don't have all of the paper goods and, the coveted toilet paper, but they do have beautiful produce and prime cuts of meat. They're buying them wholesale. They're selling them to the local community. Why? Well, 2 reasons. Obviously, he wanted to be able to serve his community, but also wants to stay in business. This way, he can keep some revenue coming in. Might not be the same as what he was doing with a fully packed restaurant and turning tables every day and night, but it's something that his customers and his local community are going to appreciate. Locally here in South Florida, we have a company that makes uniforms that's now making machine washable face masks. And they are offering to local businesses, essential businesses, like grocery stores and pharmacies and stuff, and restaurants who are even just doing delivery business. And of course, they're offering online nationally to consumers who want to buy them. The lifeblood of our business is startups and small businesses. And we know you guys are hurting. So we're actually offering free consulting services to startups and small businesses adversely impacted by COVID-19. I'll put a link down in the description in the notes where you can sign up for that. Get all the details. Alternatively, you might just choose to do something as simple as donating lunch or products to first responders and frontline healthcare workers or employees at essential businesses. These people are literally risking their lives for our communities. They deserve everything we can do for them. Number 3, engage. As a result of more people staying at home with less to do because of coronavirus, combined with the fact that most companies are posting less content than they were prior to the pandemic, engagement across social media networks is literally spiking. So whether your business is currently operating normally or not, it's pretty important that you engage your customers and, possibly prospective new ones on a regular basis across your social media channels. If you aren't posting something pretty much daily, your customers are going to wonder whether you're open. They're going to wonder whether you're even going to survive the temporary closure. So do yourself a favor and continue to engage. If you're not, it's time to start and step up in a meaningful way. If you're a retailer and you have a website, there's no limit to the meaningful content you can provide to engage consumers and funnel them into your website and landing pages and hopefully gain some business out of that. You can offer daily deals. Even if you don't have an e-commerce website, you can do that. You can sell products on Facebook with relative ease. You can showcase different products, services. You can do even virtual seminars. I mean, there is a lot of stuff that you can do, whether you use just Facebook's, FaceTime, or you use something like Zoom or Microsoft Teams or Google Hangouts. Plenty of video platforms where you can record, you can stream, and you can post that to social media and hopefully drive some traffic to your business. The important thing is that you continue to engage your market throughout all of this. So if you weren't doing these things prior to COVID-19, you need to start, and you should keep doing it on an ongoing basis. For those of you actively open for business, consider a digital marketing campaign. Google AdWords, Facebook, Twitter. These are all cost-effective platforms. There's some great tools in there. Google AdWords especially has some phenomenal tools to help you and can even give you some guidance. Facebook and Twitter, probably the most economical platforms where you can really, do some narrow targeting. I highly recommend that you look into that. And don't just throw a bunch of money at it. Definitely don't do that. Best to start small. We advise our clients to do some A/B testing, some split testing of different creative, different messaging, maybe even different offers. Do it with a very small budget until you find the sweet spot. You get those things optimized, and then, once you find what's working, it's even recommended to do a couple different versions, a couple alternates of that, because if consumers see the same ads, your fans and followers see the same ads day after day, they get fatigued. So after, 4, 5, 6 times, they're going to start to tune you out. So having a rotation of different ads with different creative, different messaging, it can even be the same messaging in different creative will certainly be helpful. But variety is your friend here. Just make sure that you're getting these things optimized before you blow your budget. It just, it doesn't make sense to waste money on ads that aren't converting. So make sure that they're starting to convert and before you ramp up your budget. The basics of doing a digital ad campaign are pretty straightforward and simple, but when it comes to optimizing and getting these things tweaked, some complexities definitely come into play there. So you may want some help. There's certainly no shortage of digital marketing professionals and virtual teams working remotely who can take the guesswork out of the equation for you. So if that's something you prefer, you might want to, get your feet wet, give it a try, and then decide if you need help. It's very easy to find. It's a Google search away. Number 4, and this is a big one, plan your eruption from the disruption. Regardless of whether your business has remained open through this or not, there's no denying the fact or escaping the reality that this pandemic has caused a major disruption in life as we knew it. And that when it's all said and done, there's going to be a new normal. COVID-19 has most certainly been a global crisis and a disaster for most of us. But it's also given us a chance to slow down from our normal pace and given most of us a chance to pause. It's important to take advantage of some of that newfound time to catch our breath, take care of our family, maybe even meditate through some of the stress and anxiety this may be causing in your life. But if you aren't taking advantage of the extra time to complete some projects and tasks that have been languishing on your to-do list, or master a new skill. Quite honestly, you're wasting time and opportunity, and a really valuable one. At the very least, you should be emerging from this with an updated and optimized website. If you don't already have an e-commerce website, now's the time to build one. I could promise you that online sales and e-commerce are going to be part of the new normal. In fact, I could argue that it's already part of the old normal. So if your business does not have an up-to-date or a modern-looking website, I'm not talking about one that your nephew built for you 10 years ago. I'm talking about a current, up-to-date, modern-looking website. Now's the time to get that done. If you don't, it's a matter of time before your competitors or the big box stores or Amazon eat your lunch. There are plenty of free WordPress themes, templates that make building these websites pretty easy. But this may be an area you want to hire a professional. Websites are a lot like digital ads. If they aren't converting, you're wasting your time and your money. And this project in particular is one that takes a significant amount of time. Probably worth hiring a professional to get it done right. This is also a good time to revisit your business model and your marketing strategy and see if any course corrections make sense. You can also use the time to plan a new marketing and promotions calendar, or even plan a post-pandemic special event. The bottom line is you want to determine if there's any course corrections, any enhancements, or potential pivots that you can make that will help drive your eruption from the disruption. And then put those plans in motion. Number 5, execute. Whether you're trying to thrive through the shutdown, deal with the slowdown, or just position your business to emerge from this stronger than you went into it, it's imperative that you put your plan into action and you execute your strategy methodically. Even if your business is closed right now, you should be spending a few hours a day doing something your business is going to benefit from. If you need help with any of it, it's easier to find than ever because half the world is working virtually and remotely, and the other half is living off of government stimulus checks, waiting for an opportunity. A Google search is your friend. Most importantly, do what you need to do to keep yourself, your family, and your community healthy and safe. We're all eager to get to the new normal, whatever that is, and there's no doubt we're going to get there, but don't expect it to happen overnight. Even when communities reopen, it's going to take some time to emerge from this. It's going to be a gradual return to business as usual. So whatever plans you make and whatever actions you take to emerge from this, remember that consumers and communities remember who stood by them when they were down. So if you're able to cater to their pain points or pay it forward in any way right now, they're going to go out of their way to support your business when the new normal takes shape. Hey, I appreciate you listening, and I hope you gained some insight that can help you out. If you enjoyed the content, please make a comment down below, give us a like, share us with your friends and colleagues, and by all means, subscribe. You can watch video versions of the Master Marketing Podcast series on YouTube, and you can subscribe to audio versions on Apple Podcasts and pretty much anywhere else you like to download your podcast from. Stay healthy, my friends.